And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gem and the Crypto episode 268. Today is Friday, October 12th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Every day is the same for me. Every day in the bear market is the same. Just working on the next thing, letting time pass by.
Absolutely.
Who won the free crypto coins yesterday?
Well, we had an update on all the wallets.
Man.
So, like I said, today will be the day that they will update wallets going into the weekend. And once those wallets are updated, we'll put out a tutorial showing you how to download it. And then from there, we'll start giving out free crypto coins. So
there we go.
Patience on that end, but yeah, it's all good.
All right. What's going on, Shannon Allen, Jamal J, New Legacy?
What up?
Hello, everybody.
Tessa, what's going on?
See y'all start flowing in. All right. Top article of the day. I'm sure if you've been watching news, you might have heard it just pop up. But the Winklevoss twins Gemini crypto exchange gets regulatory green light for Litecoin trading. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't take too long, did it?
Yeah, no. We're operating in New York, you know how that goes.
They didn't want none of that money Coinbase was getting all in December. They said, we'll let y'all have this round.
Oh, yeah.
U.S.-based crypto exchange Gemini, owned by the Winklevoss twins, has sealed regulatory approval at Litecoin custody and trading. The news comes from a Medium post published today. Gemini's Vice President Engineering Eric Weiner informs Gemini traders that they can begin depositing Litecoin to their exchange accounts. Looks like as of 9:30 a.m. EDT, Saturday, October 13th. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it looks like the fact that they had to ask New York State.
I was just about to go there. That's pretty funny. Like everybody else been doing it.
Yeah, Litecoin's been on exchanges, but the fact that they have been approved, you know who they work for, and you know who is basically has the bug in their ear. They do operate out of New York, so they do have to comply because they're not just going to let them run a full institutional investor exchange. But that was a little interesting tidbit that they needed approval to add Litecoin when. I mean, there's hundreds of exchanges that have it. So
for some years now. So.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, that's what we're dealing with. Do you want to fall behind innovation because of regulation? And from a business perspective, I mean, luckily they're already billionaires, at least crypto billionaires. So they can afford that loss. But can a small business, can a mom and pop afford to do that? And the answer is no.
Not even close.
And that's what we talk about. That's where the regulation comes in. It's not that we're trying to beat up on politicians and regulators, even though they deserve a good rap on the beater. But it's not that we were trying to do it. It's just like, this is what it is. Unless you're a multimillionaire, multi-billionaire already and can afford, like we say, some of these licenses, some of these lawyers, this long bureaucratic process, then you're going to put yourself in last place when it comes to first mover advantage in this very new market. It's 10 years old, but it's still a brand new market. So it's crazy how they have to highlight that, hey, now we have Litecoin trading. It's regulatory approved, of course, only in New York. But it's one of those things, Litecoin, I mean, come on. How long has it been out, people?
Years. And the best part about this article, in my opinion, is the fact that they said they wanted to announce support for Bitcoin Cash, but it was too much uncertainty around the hard forks, which may occur around mid-November, basically showing you the stability of Bcash is not there.
Right.
And they said because of this situation, we are delaying our Bitcoin Cash deposits, withdrawals, and trading until late November, after the forks have passed and we can evaluate the health of the Bcash ecosystem. So absolutely good for them there, because at this point Bcash is getting listed just because of the money behind it.
Right.
But it's starting to fall apart. Jahan Wu's company is getting questioned. Do they have as much money?
They try to do the IPO. They're going to put
IPO.
that. Oh, okay, let's see everything you got going on in there.
Yeah, Roger Ver's trying to come back to Bitcoin. I saw stuff about that. Like, I don't even know what that means, but it's obviously one of the things where they're trying to get the top market cap cryptocurrencies on there. They succeeded so far with Zcash and Ether and Bitcoin, getting Litecoin now. But yeah, they're going the regulatory route.
Right. I mean, hey, we get it. Whatever works for you. But at the same time, you're feeding into the beast. And we all know what happens when you try to keep a pet tiger. Don't be surprised when, hey, we bail out time and you guys will be letting you operate. We're going to need 50% of your company.
Oh, yeah. Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we're going to say no at that point. You're too deep. So
yeah.
Good luck to them, though. Speaking of platforms launching coins, Coinbase launches first ERC20 token on the platform.
Oh yeah,
wow.
Let's give it up for us.
Coinbase.
Give it up for us,
right?
Because we definitely knew this was coming. After I believe we discussed the what was it, Radar Relay that they actually purchased. We were both in agreement that ZRX will probably be the next token. If they are going to list ERC20 tokens, they had a list of about 5 of them. Back in the day, I think it was BAT, a few other ones, I can't remember, but ZRX was definitely on the radar, and it doesn't really come as a surprise. If you look at ZRX's team, they have the first person that got hired at Coinbase. They have two former Coinbase employees, as well as somebody who worked for a company that worked with Coinbase. So not really hard. I think they were just waiting to get everything in place.
Right.
And it's funny because they said they'll be trading in most jurisdictions except the state of New York.
What? We're not playing that game.
What is? No. I mean, well, when you're in control, I guess you can have these things. But it's crazy. They'll be trading everywhere but New York. So if you see ZRX, if you participate in the ICO, you can definitely be happy now that it's on Coinbase.
Really, yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, during the next bull run, you all would definitely make a lot more money. And I'm sure between ZRX and the Coinbase staff or executives, there's no insider trading going on with this. Yeah. I mean, none at all.
Yeah, pump 20% right before the announcement.
Right.
I mean, it's so obvious at this point that it's comical, and the wash trading that goes on is just, I mean, it's so transparent that nobody really cares anymore. They're like, all right, man, this is what it is. Until more liquidity comes and makes it more stable, this is what you'll have with altcoins going forward.
Right. Well, hey, I mean, once you pass that millionaire mark, you can play some of these games. Just keep making more and more.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of the other coins they're thinking about adding, what I discussed earlier, was Cardano, BAT, Stellar Lumens. Which is my choice to be next, is Stellar, because StellarX already has their own decentralized platform. Shout out to Wacoinda getting Garvey's and the CJ's on there, and then Zcash is a prospect, but I don't know if they want to mess with privacy coins right now. We'll see, because Zuko, the guy who created it, has some pull, so it'll be interesting to see what Coinbase adds over the next few months.
All right, plastic surgeon and startup investor buys $352 million stake in Korean crypto exchange Bithumb. I did not know plastic. I knew they were making some money, but they are making some money.
Oh, man.
Looks like a group led by one of South Korea's leading plastic surgeons, Dr. Kim Bong-gun, has made a major investment in crypto exchange Bithumb's holding company. Bloomberg reported today the surgeon's BK Global Consortium has closed a deal to acquire 50% plus 1 share of Bitcoin holding company, the largest investor in Bithumb's operator, for around 400 billion won, which is about $352 million, citing a Bithumb spokesperson. That's again from Bloomberg.
Yeah, I really didn't know they had that much plastic surgery. We should go out here. We should go out here in LA and get one of these doctors to invest in the exchange.
It's one of the TV surgeons that are out here too. Actually, somebody saw one day. But yeah, plastic surgery is big in South Korea. So I guess, I mean, a lot bigger than what I thought, though.
Yeah, I mean, if they have this money to invest, which is kind of weird, the business they're in, and then they're going forward, they're trying to put it on the blockchain. I don't know how they're trying to move their company to the blockchain, but it does look like they're investing in blockchain companies or Bitcoin companies. And Bithumb is the biggest exchange in Korea, so $350 million is nothing to sniff at. However, I think Poloniex was purchased for 400. There's some other exchanges purchased for a little less, like 150 for a few other ones.
We're starting to see them get bought up left and right.
Get bought up, yeah. and this is the first time I've seen it from a company that pretty much has nothing to do with Bitcoin, but they have the money. So you have people who
tech investors and money. Yeah.
Hey man, if they're like, hey, if I have the money, I might as well invest in a startup. If I don't want to, have the risk associated with buying it directly, I can just buy the exchange and then we get paid both ways. So
it looks like so Dr. Gunn also established an initial coin offering analysis firm in Singapore last year. From this profile that was published in him, according to Korea June Gang daily profile published in May. And now it looks like, I guess he's actually made his fortune by investing in tech and bio startups in general. So he's caught the blockchain fever, as he called it.
Blockchain bug.
You and many others. But let's see what Bithumb does now. I mean, they got a company behind it that looks like they're interested in tech. Let's see if they grow it, stays the same, what happens next. But I know one thing for sure. There's only a handful of exchanges left to be bought up right now, which is a good thing, because if you think about building one and you have some investors, go for it. I mean, at this point, if you were building a exchange in the next few months and you get any type of volume on it, in the next 6 months, you can sell that thing for a quick 15, 20 mil at a minimum. So.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Shannon. Yeah, they know the wave of awareness is coming. You can't, I mean, out in California, a lot of people know about it. They just, they don't really use it or know how to use it. But once the engine kicks up and it's, that fever starts where people are, all right, I got to get some at this point or I should use it. These people want to be in position, have their exchange fully operational, no hacks. Because Bithumb was hacked for $30 million before, right. If you remember. So they don't want those that type of press coming to them after they purchase it. So they're getting ready for it. I
wouldn't be surprised if half of these get renamed next year because right now they think they're buying, as Sergeant Crypto said, going to leave them empty. We're going to leave them with empty bags.
Yeah, they have to rebrand.
A lot of these companies are thinking they're buying gold mines right now because of last year. And I'm sure they'll still make a lot of money during the next bull cycle because people want to know where to turn. They're going to go to exchange, buy. But yeah, long story short, I think after a while they're like, all right, it's time to rename this. Now that we've really done our due diligence. Oh, I didn't know it was a hack that happened here. I didn't know this happened there.
Yeah, people won't be the wiser. Right. They have no clue. So.
Right. When they figure it out, they're gonna be like, let's go ahead and just let's change his name.
Yeah, I think when I stopped using Poloniex, they had about 4,000 or 5,000 users a day. That's nothing. Like
globally, people.
Globally. So at this point, once we have millions of people coming in, hopefully infrastructure wise they can handle it. But yeah, I'm sure they'll rebrand.
All right. FinCEN lambasts Iran's illicit and malign use of crypto to evade sanctions.
Oh man,
I love this photo of all like the Mr. Smiths and stuff. The U.S. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network is calling on cryptocurrency exchanges to monitor Iranian use of crypto to evade sanctions. Sanctions. Right? The agency requested this in an advisory issued Thursday, October 11th. Looks like this comes part of a wire directive warning of the systematic anti-money laundering, combating the financing of terrorism. They just added the CFT.
What is that?
We've been talking AML, KYC for forever, but the CFT, they threw that in there. Risk Iranian activity poses to the global financial system. They throw some numbers in here of how much the Iranian use of crypto has, grown, even though it's grown across the world. So for them just to say it's grown in Iran. But I mean, at the end of the day, what do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, you can't sanction people and then be like, just go hungry.
Right, yeah. Where you don't have any access to resources or money. I'm not saying they should or shouldn't, whatever. Staying apolitical as possible. I think that's the verbiage for it. But regardless, no matter who you're dealing with, you can't tell them or a group of people, we're going to cut off every resource we have. We're going to cut off your money. We're not going to trade with you. We're going to lambaste other people who do business with you. And then try to bring crypto up as a way you're evading sanctions. Whether it's crypto, it could be marbles. Yeah, we're going to use everything in our power to go around it. We're using sticks of butter at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to figure out a way. People always figure out a way, no matter how bad it gets. And it's not even a big issue. As soon as 2013, they said $3.8 million worth of Bitcoin. $3.8 million of Bitcoin was moved during this telecast. What are you talking about? That's nothing. And long term, it could be what they call a problem. However, it's like I said, it's like whack-a-mole because I discussed Syria yesterday. We've discussed other countries before that, India, some of these other countries that have the ability to be sanctioned and be taken out of the economic global system. I don't know who you're going to go after first, or if you're going to go after them at the same time, or if you're going to launch that's why we said if World War III happens, it's going to be online. It's going to be a bunch of people trying to hack other people, take down their money supply, because if they give sanctions and then they say, oh, well, we can build our economy around cryptocurrency, then how much power do you really have? It's kind of like seeing the king has no clothes. And at that point, that's when people are just going to give up. Like, all right, well, we see the game now. So a lot of people see the game now. They're just looking for a solution. So in other countries, not surprised by the Central Bank of Iran coming up with that.
Right. FinCEN thus urges that institutions consider reviewing blockchain ledgers for activity that may originate or terminate in Iran, noting that the highly dynamic international crypto industry is liable to obscure transaction footprints. All right. Couple things. First of all, no. Again, we just talked about first mover advantage, new companies in the space, new exchanges. No. Use your time, money, and resources on security and support.
Yeah.
Like that should be security and support. Make sure your exchange is working, people's money are safe, the trading's working, it can't be manipulated too heavily in either direction. And make sure we have support so when people do forget their passwords, get locked out, because initially a lot of these exchanges did not have it already programmed to where you can just click like forgot a password and get something sent. No, you had to go through a bunch of steps, which is good to protect your money. But that's what they need to focus on. So to have a regulator come over you, and again, it's always for our protection, people. Whenever you hear terrorism or for our protection, that red flag should go. So for them to say, stop worrying about the daily business and start worrying about this maybe threat coming out of Iran, which, by the way, the actual criminals, the actual government, or whoever else in Iran, the major players and the major actors that could cause us harm, again, quote unquote, that the United States is aiming after, they are not just logging on to the internet making Bitcoin and crypto transactions.
Nah.
They're using VPNs, they're using Tor browsers. Like, you will not be able to trace them.
Oh yeah, don't let the mesh networks take off.
Right? Do you think a government employee is using just regular Google to search up Coinbase crypto exchange? Let me buy 10 million Bitcoin to get, or 3.8 million Bitcoin to get sent to Iran?
Yeah, nah.
That's not happening.
Not at all.
So for, like you said, $3.8 million, that just went across right now.
Yeah.
So for $3.8 million, we're about to direct, again, government resources, taxpayer money, and now private institutions to focus on a problem that's not there. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think this is just setting up what we've discussed plenty of times before. They're laying the groundwork for if we have a trail of cryptocurrency coming from Iran, coming from Iraq, coming from Syria, then those Bitcoins that you're trying to use are illegal, or you're funding terrorism.
And we can
confiscate. And that's what we, and in my opinion, that's what we think. If there is some sort of crash, which the Dow is tanked over 1,000 points in 2 days, and bond market isn't looking too good, real estate market isn't looking too good, student loan credit bubble, I mean, we have everything almost at once coming, 10 years of a cycle, like it's like the perfect storm. As soon as people try and turn towards cryptocurrencies, I think that'll be the FUD that's released. Well, if you actually use them, you're funding terrorism. Right. You need to support your country's currency to make it strong again. Like
your country's CBDC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could probably do the propaganda for the next presidential election.
15 years. We got enough for it.
You already know it's coming because this is bigger than me and you sitting here talking about Bitcoin and you all listening. This is a global thing now. This is something that does have global implications. So, as far as how we are going forward, just be ready for it. You heard it here first, Gentlemen of Crypto. I can promise you this is coming out. Don't listen to it. It's all FUD, man.
You know what? And again, I love it. It's one of those things you have to ask again. Sanctions, terrorism, all that. Again, we've had one terrorist attack in 20 years?
Yeah.
It's not happening like that. More people die from DUIs. That's just thetruth.com.
Yeah,
right?
we have more domestic terrorists than we do, outside terrorists.
Right.
I mean,
so, how about the government just, make sure our Flint has some water, the potholes are fixed here in LA, and
make sure we don't all die by 2030.
Yeah, do stuff like that.
The UN report that came out, like,
we'll worry about the heavy lifting. You guys, you just take care of basic resources. You're doing way too much at this point.
Oh yeah. It's
tar and feather, people. Tar and feather. Report: Harvard, Stanford, MIT endowments all invest in crypto funds.
Word up.
Yes, this is good news, people. The Ivy League are with the institutions. They are jumping fully on board when it comes to crypto. We talked about MIT before. We mentioned Harvard and some of their courses, but it looks like multiple Ivy League and other prestigious U.S. universities are said to have made investments into at least one cryptocurrency fund. That's a big thing coming from these schools.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we got to get NC State or our alma mater on board because Carolina somehow invested crypto in the crypto space. Come on, man. How we let the Tar Heels get out in front of us?
I see them.
I wrote so many emails in 2015, 2016.
Now watch, we're gonna do it now though. North Carolina State's gonna do it now because that's how they do it. North Carolina did it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As soon as Carolina, then like I said, we came say Duke already had something in place for this. Don't know if they've done it officially, but they're definitely in that space. But yeah, the endowments that these big Ivy League schools have is in the billions, and they're usually, I believe, when we discussed Yale, they invested $400 million out of their endowment into a actual crypto focused fund. So they're not buying crypto directly. However, these funds that they're investing to have to have crypto as the underlying asset. So basically, they are, but through a proxy process because it is 400 million moving. You can't just send 400 million to Gemini or Coinbase and just say, let me get this crypto. So there's a lot that goes into it, but good to see these schools are investing in the technology that they'll probably be teaching about for the next, foreseeable future, next 50, 100 years. So
here's a good way for the government to reclaim some of this. They're going to bring it back to you pay athletes who funded the school's programs, who use that money in your endowment fund to buy crypto, oh, that's all ours.
Yeah,
that's all,
that's all
you know what I mean? We're going to take all that.
Us.
But no, it's pretty good. It's, again, hopefully NC State can jump on the train soon. But, you know, again, we have bankers talking about people. At this point, we have governments talking about it. We have governments actually doing it. When you're talking about Venezuela and Iran, whether they're doing it right or wrong, they're attempting to do it, you know, create their own crypto or create their own global financial system. Again, you have colleges doing it, Ivy League schools of those colleges doing it.
Yeah.
You have now it looks like people who are regular rich people, plastic surgeons who made money in tech want to go back into tech and make some noise. So again, this is not all being set up for a continued bear market or for Bitcoin to completely disappear. Yeah. You know, people always talk about still to the point it's a scam, it's going to fail. It's like everybody at this point would need to be wrong, and a lot of money. I mean, we're talking about billions of dollars at this point. Many billions of dollars would need to be lost for this not to work at this point. So I just don't see it happening. I just don't see Bitcoin not, you know, reaching that all-time high again, blowing past it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. At Jizzy Mac, he said endowment funds are another scam to keep getting tax breaks. Well, technically, I mean, taxes are the scam. I mean, if they have a way to get around it legally, then I wouldn't say not do it. I mean, you can't make any money. You get taxed on. You can't buy anything. It's a tax. You can't inherit money. That's a tax. You can't get a gift. That's a tax. You can't get estate or real estate. That's tax. Property tax. Yeah, I mean, how many taxes can somebody pay? So if you have a way to get around that, I don't blame them that much. And they've been doing this for years. In fact, I believe people that went to these schools wrote the tax laws that you have to abide by. Right? So of course they would do it.
We know how we know how it works in North Carolina. Yeah. You go to
UNC?
School in North Carolina and you go to politics. Hey, you can sew that state up in about 8 years.
There's a lot of powder blue sweater vests in the state Senate. I can tell you that right now.
You can switch. You can turn the state upside down literally 8 years, people. S1 Dub said NC State needs a crypto and a new basketball. We've needed a new basketball coach for like 13 years, I think, at this point.
Yeah, it's been, we haven't had anything good since Jimmy V. Shout out to him.
Too funny.
But yeah, I've advocated for ATMs on campus, accepting crypto at the C stores. I've said I wish I had that old email account so I could go back. But at this point, NC State, you know, they'll have to pay me now. That was free before, but well, they'll figure it out.
And what's funny is that, you know, wouldn't be surprising to me if there is a pushback from the government side from colleges fully adopting crypto and doing all that, because if that were to happen, I mean, you would see the financial system change in about 3 to 5 years. Oh, because you mean college students are doing it, high schoolers are going to college, like this is all everybody knows. It's like, oh, you just by the time you're in college, you're supposed to be using crypto. You're still using dollars and stuff like USD, like for what?
Yeah,
it'll probably catch on too quick. I mean, think about Facebook. That's how they caught on. So
absolutely. And Samson Williams, shout out to you, man. The new partnership you have, but he has a question. What's the difference in buying cryptos versus buying pound sterling or pesos? I know you said it's a rhetorical question, but just thinking out loud, if we're talking about from an institutional investor standpoint, I think it's because if they are investing in a fund, you need crypto or a crypto fund. You have to have crypto around. If they're buying pound sterling or pesos, I'm not really sure how they would convert it. That is one of the questions that do need answering long term, I will say. So
as far as what do you mean? As far as
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out what exactly,
okay.
But just rhetorical. He was thinking out loud. So yeah, I've been thinking about that as well. So
I would just say they can. I mean, there's some way to control or at least know who buys the pound sterlings and pesos, whereas you buy a bunch of Monero and Zcash.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah. Also supply and demand too. So limited, circulating supply. So there's a lot of factors that work there. But thinking out loud, yeah, definitely some factors there.
All right. So are we doing a question today or are we going to wait till next week?
Wait until next week because like I said, I want this weekend everybody to be able to download the Cryptic Coin wallet.
So we'll put that tutorial out.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you haven't already, make sure you click on our referral link on Brave to support us. You don't have to buy anything. It's free. Click on the link, download Brave. We start to get into double-digit downloads.
There we go.
Trying to get it to triple digits by the end of this month, like we said.
Brave browser.
If you support us, let us know by downloading the Brave browser. If you already have the Brave browser, delete it. Then click on our referral link. And
I need to do it myself.
Yeah, all right, that's what I'm saying. So it's not that hard to do it. So that's one of those things, support wise, we appreciate everybody. So thank you for that.
All right, and then also last but not least, World Crypto Con is coming up October 31st, November 2nd. Yep. It is a lineup of lineups at this point because a lot of people who are going, they've been going out to different different events right now in the crypto community. I know somewhere on the Coinbase cruise or whatever. There's 2 events in LA today. I actually might try to go to one today, but we'll see. But everybody's going to these events and they're grabbing speakers left and right. And all these speakers are saying they're coming to World CryptoCon. So it should be really good, as well as actually Ross Ulbricht. His mom is going to be at World CryptoCon too. She's in a Telegram group. So if you've been following the Silk Road case with the corrupt Secret Service agents and everything that went on with that, who got a guy sentenced to life in prison for basically running the crypto version of Craigslist. Because everything you can do on there, they were doing on Craigslist. But yeah, so he was sentenced to life in prison in New York, where he shouldn't even been tried. But I mean, you got people like his mom who says she's on the come. She's in the group, but it's going to be a crazy event. And again, we have that referral link in the notes in our video, but that's for $300 off. I would definitely jump on it if you're thinking about it before they raise those prices to the event.
Absolutely.
Other than that, have a happy Friday, folks, and we'll make sure we will. I don't know what I was going to say.
We're going to update you throughout the weekend.
We'll update you throughout the weekend. We'll make sure we update you throughout the weekend. We'll see you Monday.
We'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend.
All right. Cheers.
Don't leave your password 0000.
Okay.